Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and today we're going to be breaking down everything we know about max raid battles in Pokemon Sword and Shield. This looks like it's going to be an absolutely amazing feature inside the games. I want to know more. I want to figure out everything we can figure out right now, and we're just going to get into it. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to share this with your friends, please do so. Show them how amazing these games are going to be. And with that, let's get into it. So I'm going to break down the gameplay footage that we have from E3. I'm also going to go and check out the website, get that information. And there's actually exclusive information on the Pokemon Twitter. So let's start off with that and then figure it out as we go. While Dynamax Pokemon are extremely powerful trainers, here's what our research has uncovered so far on the Dynamax phenomenon. 1. While Dynamax Pokemon might use multiple moves in one turn, neutralize your Pokemon's ability or even remove all stat changes you've worked to put in place. That's actually pretty intense. That's not all, trainers. While Dynamax Pokemon you encounter in max raid battles won't just use regular moves, they may also use max moves, and we kind of see that doing a lot of damage inside of the games. It appears that some Dynamax Pokemon will create a mysterious barrier that prevents almost all damage. In order to properly inflict damage, you must destroy the barrier by hitting it a certain amount of times, and then if you manage to defeat Dynamax Pokemon in a max raid battle, you'll get a chance to catch them for your team. Each participant in the battle will get one chance to catch Dynamax Pokemon. These victories can reward you with many useful items too. And this is the biggest thing I'm interested in. What is the reward of a max raid battle? Because for the E3 gameplay, they cut away as they were catching the Steelix, and that kind of upset me because I want to know, what are these items? Does it just give you like some super potions and some ultra balls and that's it? Or are these going to be like new items? Or is there going to be a chance of getting rare items and stuff like that? Are they going to give you ingredients for the new cooking mechanic? I honestly don't know that, but I want to know, because if there's a way of farming it, if you could do a max raid battle every 1 to 2 minutes and that becomes like a money-making method, that'd be pretty crazy. If it gives you stuff like protein to make just your EV training a little bit faster, maybe some new items and stuff like that, that'd be awesome. And also, what happens when you catch the Dynamax Pokemon? Is the Dynamax Pokemon going to come with guaranteed IVs? Is it going to have the chance of getting egg moves? Is it going to be better in some kind of way? So those are things I want to kind of keep in mind, that once we figure out what happens when you catch a Dynamax Pokemon, then that's where things are going to get really exciting, and how you figure out optimizing and stuff. So how you get a raid max, how to take on max raid battles right here on the Pokemon website. You'll be able to meet up with other players and have fun with them in the wild area via local or online communication. One way to have fun is join up with 3 other players, take on powerful Dynamax Pokemon in max raid battles. Look for Pokemon dens. Wild area is full of what's known as Pokemon dens. We see that, and that's one of the very impressive things about the game to me, because with what we saw about the gameplay, I don't know, just take any part where they're running around, there's just lights in the background everywhere. There's so many Pokemon. I wonder how long these last. Do you get like a batch of max raid Pokemon that spawn in every day? Or do these just respawn over time? So is there like 20 you can do in a day, and if you decide to be that crazy and do them all, can't do them anymore? Or will it slowly regenerate? We can see a Pokemon isn't home right there, but there's a lot of others in the background, and this isn't even half of the wild area. So that's another thing I'm interested in, is optimizing it on that level. We've also got a little bit of an exclusive right here. You can see that Curlia is available, and also one thing that I noticed, we have the stars. Does it go higher than 3 stars? How tough are some of the toughest max raid battles going to be? The Steelix in the gameplay was a 3-star. This Curlia is a 1-star. Judging off of this, where it says some Pokemon can put up a barrier, is that only happening at 2 stars and above? So if you find a 1-star, you just smack that thing down super quick, and then you're still going to get the rewards. You're still going to get the benefits of that Pokemon. Also, there's only some Pokemon that can be obtained in this way. And then you have the online communication, stuff like that. Then participate in max raid battles with other trainers. Pretty much, the biggest takeaway from here, it kind of shows how cool it is. You got to use support, got to use some strategy, and then eventually just catch the Pokemon. And crazy, even catching a Pokemon is super dynamic. Yeah. And then Dynamax Pokemon you'll face in max raid battles seem to vary based on where you are in the wild area and what the weather is like. So another thing I wonder is, how diverse is it? Is there like a 1-star, a 2-star, and a 3-star for every den, every area, every weather? Or are there multiple? Am I going to, if I go to that part right there, every time when it's sunny, is it only going to be not a Curly, a Ralts? Is it only going to be a Ralts every time I go there? Or is there up to for a pool of 5 other Pokemon? I think the diversity of max raid battles is also going to be pretty big with this, because if I just run into Steelix almost every time, because Steelix is the most popular, or like one of the most used Pokemon in that, then that might not be that great of a feature. So the weather in Wild Area changes every day, so be ready to meet a variety of Pokemon each time you visit. Also, it seems some Pokemon can only be caught in max raid battles. And I like that, because you're actually not tied to online communications. Nope, if the other trainers aren't available to participate in max raid battles, support trainers will automatically be added to your side to help you battle Wild Dynamax Pokemon. And judging off of what we see from the Steelix fight, it doesn't seem like they're going to be too difficult to do alone, as long as you understand how to do Pokemon. So my thought is, how are you going to farm max raid battles? What are the little details inside of it? And that's why let's just go and watch the max raid battles. So let's get into this max raid battle and figure out how things are going to go. Now, it took them 6.5 minutes at E3 to defeat a max raid Pokemon, and I actually feel like that's a really good thing, because there is a lot of unoptimal play here, and also makes me think that the support trainers just not using connectivity is going to be the best way to go as well. Because you could either get some random online, you could have problem communicating with your 3 other friends to make it as efficient as possible, and then there's also just going to be communication in general. But as we can see here, Power Punch, Focus Blast, Bulk Up, Metal Sound. That is not the most effective move set against the Steelix. You know, it sounds like Lucario is going to be a good Pokemon, but Bulk Up, Power Up Punch, that's not a lot of damage, and Steelix is a defensive Pokemon, and Lucario, not really that crazy on the special attack. Now, Metal Sound into that could work out, but overall, this is kind of what we're seeing. So, just not a lot of crazy damage coming across in general, and Togekiss sets up the Reflect. So this is also something interesting to note, seeing how much damage a Dynamax Pokemon can do, and how little damage they take. Like, that's a super effective hit from a Ludicolo. Stab. The burn actually comes in pretty clutch here, I feel. It really adds up enough damage to make it matter. But you're going to have to be bringing some powerful Pokemon and doing some powerful moves. Maybe, you know, trying to lower the opponent's stats or doing some very specific stat boosting, even though stat boosting can be cleared. And then, once you turn off battle animation, you just turn off animations. And this can probably take less than 2 minutes on a raid battle, which is really nice. And this is a 3-star raid battle. So you get an easier raid battle, maybe 1.5 minutes. I don't think you can do it with 1 minute, because as you can see, you know, all the Pokemon are taking damage. Maybe Sandstorm's adding a little bit of lag. There's like 7 moves happening in a turn sometimes. You know, there's some things going on. But then we go into the Dynamax for an Arcanine, and I feel like if you just like activate the raid yourself and you're a support and you add support trainers and you get to go first, I think you should just you should Dynamax every single time on the first turn and just try to get that barrier down as soon as possible, while also capitalizing on your big super effective damage. Because Arcanine comes in with the Max Flare and we get all kinds of benefit right here, so that does a solid chunk of damage. It clears the Sandstorm, so that's going to speed up the round as well, and it also introduces Sunlight, so that means your next Max Flare is going to do even more damage. Now Lucario comes in with that Power Up Punch. As we can see, it does like nothing. And fortunately right here, we actually get Togekiss coming in with the Dazzling Gleam, which causes Steelix to put up the barrier. I'm wondering if there's like some kind of crazy way that you can just like boost. I wonder, it's going to be a fun challenge. See if you can like boost one-shot Dynamax Pokemon before it can clear your stats or something. Maybe it won't clear your stats if you're not too scary looking, but then you like Helping Hand or you pump some stats in really quick and some gets crazy. But, I mean, that's a Solar Beam. I know it's a neutral hit, but still pretty decent base power. Only removes one of the barriers. Lucario kind of does its thing. Steelix keeps on boosting. So this is actually where damage doesn't really matter too much, because you're just trying to knock off all of that protection. And we get to see some really interactions with how this goes. So another thing is the communication. Communication just takes so long. I feel like you're going to just be stuck there for a while, eating up a lot of time. Almost like a minute is lost to communication, if not maybe over a minute with this E3 demo. So I'm feeling actually pretty hopeful on how all of this is going to work out. And then we get to see, you know, Togekiss hits with the Dazzling Gleam. We know that doesn't do anything, still has equal value as a Focus Blast from Lucario, but then we see the Max Flare knocking off too. So I'm wondering how much damage it's based. You know, is it % health based in some kind of way? So you still didn't have enough damage with that Focus Blast from Lucario, or do max moves always take off too? In which case, that's why I'm saying you should probably max your Pokemon first. You know, try to get it to that point, take off 2 on your last turn of Dynamaxing, and then maybe if you can actually get like a super big Focus Blast, or maybe like you have a super powerful Pokemon using a super effective move, knock off 2, have a support trainer, hit it again, and then the Pokemon's gonna be vulnerable. Also, that could also have something to do with the Harsh Sunlight, doing all that extra bonus damage. And then, that's another interesting thing I noted, is that when you break the barrier, it actually loses defenses, and it takes a bit of damage. So if you can go into that max raid really quick, break the barrier as soon as possible, and finish it off on that last turn, it's going to be really easy. So that's pretty much what I'm interested in right now when it comes to max raid battles. I feel like the strategizing for this is going to be really fun and really interesting. Like, is there going to be the perfect max raid battle team out there using support trainers? Once you understand which trainers come with which Pokemon, can maybe also play around them a little better, or you can just try to solo carry it, and that might be a very effective way of doing it. My goal is seeing if you can farm these potentially buffed up Pokemon. Like, that would be really cool. If Dynamax, like if max raid Pokemon come with 5 IVs, or like maybe set IVs per Pokemon. Now that does mean like we are trusting Game Freak on the balance, and it might not be the exact IV setup you want. But I mean, if that Steelix comes with like 4 IVs, you know, no max IVs in speed, no max IVs in special attack, but attack, defense, special defense, hit points is already set up, I'm okay with that. So maybe 4 or 5, because it feels like just giving you a perfect 5 IV maxed out Pokemon in, you know, 2 minutes like that could be pretty crazy. But also if it just has 5 random or 4 random IVs, you can use that for breeding. So you can maybe build up your breeding deck super quick, you know, instead of building up a catch combo, building up an SOS chain, doing all the deck snap shenanigans like we've seen in other games. You just catch a Pokemon in 2 minutes, you breed that with another Pokemon you caught in 2 minutes, and now you already have 5 IV breeds ready to go for other egg groups and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, I don't know if they're going to have max IVs, but I'm hoping that like that's one of the rewards about this. Maybe some egg moves or something like that. And then the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is going to be the rewards. You know, I want really powerful items, because again, if this becomes like a money-making method, that would be pretty awesome. If this is just a way that you can just get massive amounts of gain, that'd be pretty cool. Because one thing I love about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the reason why Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is my second favorite Pokemon game, is because none of your work goes to waste. If you're doing a catch combo, you have a chance of getting a shiny Pokemon. If you're doing a catch combo, you're getting money, you're getting really powerful Pokemon, you're also just engaging in a really like non-super monotonous way of getting Pokemon. Like, everything about it is fun, is rewarding, and it progresses you inside the game. If doing tons of max raid battles gives you some kind of ridiculous advantage, you know, high level Pokemon, that way you can kind of make it through the wild area or through the game a little faster, that'd be pretty cool. Or just some late game stuff, maybe like a Destiny Knot or Life Orb has a chance of happening, or maybe get like rare candies and stuff. EV boosting items, bottle caps. This is where I'm putting a lot of my hopes into the games, and we're going to see where that goes. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.